With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington.
Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And some room to work. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Well, and tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down.
A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he's got room. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, That mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Right back to Mitchell here.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
84 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. The Seahawks sit 6-5 now on the year. And they've lost 3 straight here. And it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football. But if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Now Jones on 1st and 10. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted.
And the Seahawks will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
57 colors, 57 colors.
Once again, it's Mitchell.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. To throw, it's Mahomes. It's caught by Mike Evans.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Mahomes to throw on second down. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Seven, our score after one.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On first down, they go back to Mitchell.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
128 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Mitchell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Yellow. I don't need to.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Throwing on first down, Jones. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Here's Jones on first down.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Jones now on third down. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted.
It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning.
On the ground is Mitchell. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
Mahomes now to throw.
He has it complete to Christian Watson. He'll get it inside the 20.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Christian Watson.
46 yards.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Jones. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Jones from the gun on 3rd down.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Jones throwing on 1st down. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Operating from the gun, Jones.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
It's a gain of a couple on what should be the final carry of half number 1. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Looking to throw. Jones. And his throw is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here's Jones. Off the play fake. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Jones now throwing on 4th down.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ballgame.
Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
142 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A give running right is Mitchell.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A handoff from Mitchell running left.
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll run with Mitchell.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Elijah Mitchell.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Seahawks take a 3-touchdown lead.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and our quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Now a first down carry by Jones.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
From the 31, Jones. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Jones on 3rd and 2.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jones.
Catch made by the running back, Aaron Jones. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. On 4th down, Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Tackle made by Grover Stewart. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And there he goes, left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
We'll see a return here from the end zone.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go around.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Jones to throw on third down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got him in, complete.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
It's a big play for the Giants on third down. 51 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painting the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 19 yards that time for number 19. They'll look to throw again. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Giants.
Reggie Robertson,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. This is the tight end Fant. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment can shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point. Yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Another run with Mitchell. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Boy, 227 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Mahomes now on first down.
That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Yellow. Yellow.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Giants are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. On 1st down, Jones.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Back to throw. Jones. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time. But now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play.
And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep.
And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Seahawks will take over here just shy of the 30.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now here's Mahomes.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Giants come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position.